I'm back in front of the Zebra again today. I want to talk to you about some stuff that Gary Vaynerchuk's been talking about. There are two links below to two videos that he put out if you want to watch them about social media experts and people that label themselves as such. And he said that 99.5% of social media experts and gurus are clowns. I agree wholeheartedly. I think there is so much noise when it comes to social media, and it sucks. I never once set out to be a social media expert. If people call me that, that's fine. I try and avoid it like the plague because I just think that there's such a negative connotation to someone being labeled an expert. You don't graduate college with a degree in business and then all of a sudden you can be called a CEO. Like when people start businesses, especially entrepreneurs, and they're like, I'm the CEO. You're CEO of what? Like, what does that matter? Like, why do you need that label? You know, when you're a CEO of a big corporation, you've worked there for 30 years and you've gone up the ladder and you've done all this stuff. You've earned that title. You know, to become a social media expert, it's so new. I don't know if there's really any experts out there. I've been doing this for 1,000 days straight. More than 10 hours a day, pretty much every single day. And that means interacting with people, talking with people, learning stuff about people, having conversations with them, seeing them on my video, working with brands, all this stuff. I would not call myself an expert or a guru. I just wouldn't label myself as such. So I put in a ton of time. I just think that there are so many people out there. I think they need to have a label, and that's fine. You want to live up to being something great. You want to be an expert in something. That's good. Stop worrying about the title, though. Just do it. Just do really awesome stuff. Spend the time. And another example, I think, is, like people who think that they could be professional athletes. Like, oh, I've got some muscles. I played a little bit of football. I can go out and be a professional athlete. If you put that guy up against a person who has been a professional athlete their entire life, especially like in football, and those two people were to go head to head playing football together, this guy might die. He literally might just, like bones broken, head could explode off of his body. I'm exaggerating, but seriously, like think about it. These people have spent so much time to become professional athletes. That's why they are what they are. So it's a very similar thing in social media. It hasn't been around long enough for anyone to spend the amount of time to become an expert. And there's all these like training courses that are going around. And I've got an idea for one, and it is not going to label you a social media expert when you're done. It's going to teach you about real stuff that I've learned through all of my time that I've spent in social media. And I hate that there's all these courses like, you'll become an expert after a 30-day course. Bullshit. And I'm sorry for the language, but that's garbage. Like, you can't label somebody after a 30-day course as an expert. Garbage. Sorry, not going to happen. So stop doing that stuff. Stop looking for the titles. Just get out there and do really good things. If you're not going to put in the time, if you're not going to learn stuff about people, stop being in social media. Maybe you need to be in like traditional media, or maybe you need to be in something else. I don't know what it is, but those are my Monday thoughts. I got some more stuff coming this week, but kudos to Gary V. I like it when he says an ostentatious thing because then the rest of us get to come behind him and go, we agree, but we couldn't say that thing on such a big platform. So, big truck just drove by. All right, that's it. I'm done.